Hey, it's November 1st. This is Harry Clevin here at Harry's World. It is a awesome Friday. I work at Planet Fitness here in Casper, Wyoming, from Sunday night to Thursday night into Friday morning. So um, I've been, and there's normally a two-person crew, and I was the lone guy 3 out of the 5 days this week, and I am full of energy tonight this morning as it was as I'm playing here. Where I've got on here my little kitten Mary Bell. She's gonna probably make quite a few guest appearances. She's a little frisky. She's got those zoomies or zoomers or whatever you want to call them, but here she is right here. Look at her. Yeah. Ooh, she's flying out. But it's we're gonna do top five Friday, and we're gonna talk about the NFL football teams first. And actually, we're just gonna do that for the top five. And my top five may be different than yours, of course, but we just open discussion. Um, Based on not so much record, but what I think the team is. Sometimes um, there's different variables to it. Number five is going to be a team that's going to be having to reckon with by the end of the year. And they're starting to gain a little ground. They've had a lot of injuries that they've had to overcome. It's the San Francisco 49ers. And my number four team, I mean, is Buffalo Bills. Number three team is the Baltimore Ravens. I know they just lost to the Cleveland Browns, but they won five in a row, and man, they've got Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, and you're talking about a really potent running game. And Lamar Jackson just creates so much uh, offense by himself. And Derrick Henry's just got to be loving this because it's like, hey, if you all key in on me, this guy's Lamar Jackson's going to go for a 40, 50, 60-yard run sometimes. And it's tough on defenses. But the Baltimore Ravens, I'm putting at number three. I'm from Michigan. I'm a Detroit Lion fan, and I'd like to have my team be number one. But as of right now, I'm going to be realistic a little bit and put them at number two. And the number one team I'm giving to Kansas City. They're 6-0. I know they've been scraping by, but the thing is, they keep finding ways to win. And what they also do is they keep adding people like DeAndre Hopkins. He's just been in there one game, uh, and they just seem to figure out how to win. They pick up Kareem Hunt back, and if they get any of their weapons, that is Pacheco. I'm not sure his status, but until you beat, they're Super Bowl champions. They're 6-0, so I give them the number one thing. So here's how the list looks, and the 49ers, they're going to be tough to beat. The record may not show it just yet, but and I left Minnesota off there. That might be a discussion there, but they've lost two in a row. They're in a very tough division. I left the Green Bay Packers off. If I'm anticipating my Lions going into Green Bay and taking care of business, you know, this Lions team. Let me talk about my Detroit Lions a little bit. My Detroit Lions team has had an injury with Aiden Hutchinson, as you most know. They're working on trying to figure out if they can get somebody through this trade. Brad Holmes, the general manager, I will, for the first time of my lifetime, I'm kicking back and just letting him do what he does, and knowing by the proof that he's already, uh, through his draft and all of his dealings up to this point, he has built this team the way it is right now, where it's not one guy. It's a whole team. So when one guy goes down, there's another person go up. Now there's got to be a drop off, obviously, when you have somebody like Hutchinson goes down, and we need somebody. So they're looking, and if they're not going to give away the farm to get one guy because that person could get injured really easy too. So they we have such a potent offense, we can overcome some of the deficiencies on defense if there's any. And it's only been a couple games since he's been out, so this team's rallying around. They're playing hard. Their linebackers are playing hard, um, and whatnot. So I'm excited about that. It's November 1st. It's nice and chilly here in Casper, Wyoming. I've got the Maribel making little pitter patters and all that stuff. That's her, and whatnot. So top five Friday. The Detroit Pistons. They just won their first game on the 30th, and they won it pretty convincingly against a playoff team from last year, the 76ers. And this is what I've observed in the first few games. BJ Bickerstaff has them playing defense. I mean defense. And I watched the Lakers and the Pistons. I can't watch all the teams, but so far I'm seeing teams making an effort better than previous years and playing defense. And they're allowed to play defense a little bit without getting fouls. I think they're lightening up a little bit on that. So, and it's important for the Pistons to play really good defense. And here's the reason why. If you play basketball, I can go down and shoot and it makes a lot of shots if you're not going to play that tight of defense on me. You cover me 94 feet. I'm not playing 94 feet right now, but in the NBA, if you're covering them for 94 feet, by the time it's time for them to shoot, they're out of wind. They're struggling. There's not a rhythm. You're trying to break their rhythm, and they're doing a very good job of that. And their 3-point shooters are starting to hit that. I'm really liking my boy Jaden Ivey. He is somebody that I made videos of when he was a rookie. I was amazed by his rookie season, and I was very disappointed in him getting pulled out a lot of times. Once again, if you go back to my first shows, I believe it is 100%, and I don't blame him, and I applaud it. When you get a chance to get a Victor Wembanyama by having the worst record, if you want to give yourself the best opportunity, and they did that, they had the worst record, and they had the best chance of getting them. And that's Mary Bell back there exploring and being a kitten. She's getting big though. She's not. She's entertaining. Hello, kitty. But top five Friday, and it's kind of chilly out there. Wyoming's known for their wind. It blows semis over, causes traffic jams, and the news crews, the weather crews, they never come out here. We have hurricane winds. No flooding, of course, because we're up in the air a little bit. But you could see she's having a little bit of fun. But Detroit Pistons, I mean, they're looking good, and I think, Cade Cunningham is playing outstanding, and with hey, Mary Bell, you want to say hello? She's a cool cat. She really is. Her markings are beautiful. She's got a little heart. She's got a little heart on her. See, she's got a few letters. She's got some bobcat look to her too. She's got her claws out. Better stop that, kitty. She's got that crazy look in her eyes. like the Detroit. She's like a little Detroit lion right there, built in. She's ready to attack and conquer. Yep. And the Lions are going into Green Bay. I don't know how cold it's going to be, but man, the Lions have collectively stepped up and have gotten rid of a lot of uh, demons, or conquered. It started a couple of years ago. They found out right before the game that they're eliminated from the playoffs. And that was a letdown. They went on they had a real nice winning streak, and what they did is they took care of business in Green Bay, and that was kind of like the beginning of proven to themselves and to other folks, but more importantly to themselves, what they can accomplish. They're well aware that no matter how many points they can score on the Cowboys, 49-7, and 52 points against Carolina, uh, that they understand that they don't care who they play. They're not gonna. They're not going to overlook them one bit. They know that they got to keep the pedal on, pedal to the metal. Um, in last year's NFC Championship game, it was 24-7. Um, we needed to keep that pedal to the metal, and hats off to San Francisco for taking advantage of something freak plays and whatnot. And they deserve the win. But it's going to be our turn this year, I hope and pray. And it's November 1st. We're closing in on the holiday season. We got Thanksgiving coming up not too long from now. We got Christmas. And, one thing I want to close with is, we need to be thankful for everything, our jobs, our family. A lot of times we get tempted, and I believe by the devil, to think about all the things we do not have. I don't have a brand new car. I don't have this. I don't have that. What we do, God wants us to look at the things we do have, because we really have more uh, good things than perhaps not so good things going on in our lives. And I was thinking about this while I was at work, and kind of, my grandmother passed away on the 31st. It was in October of 1997. And it just, this life is really great down here, but you take your very, 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 very best day here. And if you know Jesus Christ as your personal Savior, and I pray that you do, if you um, if you don't, I suggest that you read John 3:16 through 17. Read the Bible. Uh, there's some. If you explore my page a little bit, you're going to see some preaching, some links that may or may not help. If you're one of those skeptics that say, I don't know about God, um, you know, and have a lot of questions about that, I'm putting some stuff together for the preaching. I like Kent Hovind, that takes the science that he has and proves, or makes a big case, I should say, uh, and to me proves um, that God created Earth. And you know, we've got some things that we need to follow, to make our lives better here. But more importantly, when we pass away, give up the ghost, and we get to see Jesus and find out, based on our belief here, where we spend eternity. Think about this: no pain, no suffering. There's so many mysteries that we don't know, but our it's going to be amazing when we leave. It's going to be sad for folks that love us down here for sure. But if God's given us the good things, the great things that we see down here, imagine how much more He's going to give us there. So Anyways, that's a closing thought. Um, I pray you have a great weekend. Drive safe, be smart, and root for my Detroit Lions and Pistons and Red Wings. I haven't watched the Red Wings enough, so I may need to add that to my plethora of sports watching. Until now, until tomorrow, you guys have a great day.